How's it going, guys and girls? So it seems that January is the month of delays, guys. So we got some pretty big news this week, but particularly yesterday, CD Projekt Red officially announced that Cyberpunk 2077 has now been officially delayed. So it will not make the April release window, and its release date has now moved to September the 17th. In a tweet, Marcin Iwinski, the co-founder, and Adam Badowski, the head of studio, released an official statement, and this is what they had to say. So they said, "We are currently at a stage where the game is complete and playable." That's very exciting, but there's still work to be done. Night City is massive, full of stories, content, and places to visit, but due to the sheer scale and complexity of it all, we need more time to finish playtesting, fixing, and polishing. We want Cyberpunk 2077 to be our crowning achievement for this generation, and postponing launch will give us the precious months we need to make the game perfect. Expect more regular updates on progress as we get closer to the new release window. We're really looking forward to seeing you in Night City. Thank you for your ongoing support. So it is official, Cyberpunk 2077 is delayed to September the 17th. Now, this isn't the first game that's been delayed this month. We actually did have two huge announcements this week as well from Square Enix, which announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake has also been delayed by about 5 weeks to April the 10th, and also they announced that the new Marvel Avengers game is going to be delayed by 4 or 5 months and will actually be coming out on the 4th of September. Square Enix basically gave the same reasons, so they wanted to take more time on the games to polish them, to really perfect them, and to release the best games possible when they come out to fans. So what are my thoughts on this? Well, yeah, I'm disappointed that we're not going to get to play Cyberpunk 2077 as soon as I was hoping to play it in April, and I'm definitely going to have to cancel the week off work that I booked to play it. But do you know what? I'm actually not disappointed. I'm actually okay with this. I'm actually a little bit relieved after hearing that the Final Fantasy VII Remake was being pushed to April and was actually coming out 6 days before the release of Cyberpunk 2077. I have to admit, I was a little bit worried, a little bit panicked. I was thinking, how on earth am I going to play two of these huge RPGs? And I was really in a position where I was going to have to choose between both of them. Of course, Cyberpunk 2077 was going to get my vote. I would have picked that game over the Final Fantasy VII Remake, even though I'm excited about that title as well. But I am happy that I don't have to choose between the two of them. I am happy that in April I'm now going to get to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake fully, and then have time to play every element of it and review it. And you know what? I'm absolutely fine with CD Projekt Red and Square Enix taking the time that they need to really polish the game. If 2019 taught us one thing, it was that rushed games lead to terrible releases. Games like Anthem, Fallout 76, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, they have clearly taught developers a lesson that it's not worth just rushing out your games and then trying to patch and fix it later on. You effectively have one chance to release a game, and if you release that game in a buggy, unfinished, unpolished state, your reputation will suffer and your sales will suffer as well, and people will stop playing your game and will completely disengage. So I have a lot of respect for Square Enix and CD Projekt Red that they have taken that decision to delay and release it at a later point once they've had time to polish the games. This has actually made me more excited for all three releases, knowing that they're taking the time, knowing that they really care about and are passionate about the projects. It's giving me more faith that they're going to release some really good titles. I am happy as well that Cyberpunk 2077 is now coming out in September, because that gives me a little bit bit of more breathing space to play some of those big titles coming out in April. For me, CD Projekt Red are still one of the best developers out there. They do really care about their craft, they really care about their fans, and The Witcher 3 was probably one of the most polished games that ever came out, and the fact that they are wanting to make this a crowning achievement, I think they said, for this generation, that's quite exciting. You know, it sounds like they're wanting to do even better than what they did with The Witcher 3, which, if they manage to do so, will be a pretty incredible achievement. So yeah, I have no problem with these games being delayed. I think it's actually a really smart choice on the part of the developers. I think a lot of other development teams and a lot of other publishers should take from this example. I think the fan base will still be excited to pick up these games. I still think they will definitely buy them when they are released, and you know, real fans will be willing to wait for a quality product when it does come out in September. And then of course it's coming out in September, so maybe at E3 this year we'll get to see a little bit more Marvel Avengers, maybe we'll get to see a little bit more Cyberpunk 2077 as well. We do know, because the single player has been pushed back to September, that they did announce in a conference call with their investors during a Q&A that the multiplayer element of Cyberpunk 2077 is likely not going to be available until after 2021, because they are obviously focusing on the single player experience and all the DLC content. So my take on this, I'm fine. I'm absolutely happy with the fact that they're delaying it. I think that speaks volumes about CD Projekt Red's dedication and passion for the project. I feel the same way for Square Enix, and I'm incredibly relieved that Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk 2077 are not going to have to compete. That does make me very, very, very pleased that they're not going to be competing in the same release window. So what is your take on this news? What are your thoughts on the delay for Cyberpunk 2077, for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and also Marvel Avengers? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Please like the video to show your support. Please comment, please subscribe, join the channel, follow me on Twitter. Anything you can do to support the channel is hugely appreciated. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. Bye guys.